Greetings, people. People of all platforms, people of whatever, right? Now, normally, I'm not gonna do a political thing, and I'm all and the deepest I get on these platforms is to probably give a little advice or, drop a little rant or whatever, depending on the circumstance or whatever like this. But it's it's a deep thing. This thing is a deep thing for me in terms of, well, I may not be from there directly, but I'm of the diaspora, and I've spent a good bit of time over there in my youth, right? And I just want to make this thing clear as a member of the Jamaican diaspora, all right, is currently watching the madness unfold right there. It's something that is basically the only place they have with liquor space, and with 70% of the nation being decimated by this natural disaster. It's funny how worse America with the ever downfalling economy that they have in the West right now, and it's no disrespect because I have American friends too, right? They know who they are when they see my face. They don't know exactly who they are, right? So this isn't for them. This isn't for Americans that actually choose to be like people and not record every little misfortune down to the little couples tips that they have that rule that dictates the worldly media, down to little slightly inconvenience or Karen compilations. That's all I see what this nation produces, right? And has the most to say about everybody else in their backyard. Let me tell you something, right? Where's that little pissing waste of BBW flesh? Yeah, I know I'm not gonna make some people laugh, right. Listen, I don't mind big woman, right? But if you're big, swarty, I'm being nice about people instead of your own diet and actual regular health situation, right? Don't bother make up your face about a whole country where people are taking their time to not mind their families, but minding an ungrateful backside, right? Just like yourself, or because you couldn't take no little packet food, right? And some microwave still working in them conditions. Category 5 pussy hole, right? Anyway, anybody that I know this fake news and all this stuff, yeah, fair enough. I get it. We are a resilient race of people. We are a resilient race of people. There is no doubt about that, right? I have no doubt, right? But the one thing people are going to talk about is the same thing that they're never going to understand, and it's a struggle that we as Jamaicans face every day. Never mind the natural disasters, how we even take to things. Nobody would ever understand that unless you've either been around, and even then, right? You need to know. You just need to. You either need to know or don't bother try to understand if you don't, right? And all this fake news that needs to be cyber this and cyber security, yeah, rare. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it, right? Because I'm not no politician, I'm not no MP, right? But the fact of the matter is, there is a country, right, that isn't getting the concern that I personally feel it deserves, right? Because no one's in boats or rebuilding the airport to provide more rum punch beverages and little things like that, which people, gravitate to us for, little trivial fleshly things, right? And it gets on my nerves because Jamaica actually has 1,000, how many centuries worth of history that people often want to get rid of. This thing is Bob Marley, weed and reggae. They don't know about mental. They don't know about the Tinos. They don't know about how they're dwindling to less than 3%. No one checks these things, but wants to be around a palm tree and say Bombaclaw every fucking day, which irritates me about people. I don't know. I ain't gonna have much of a voice, or I like to stand on where that's concerned. It's fine, right? But I feel that somebody who has no other identity besides here and Jamaica, right? To some extent, anybody saying like me, right, deserves to be as equally as angry, right? Because no one knows. I don't even know if any of my family's been affected from this, right? And it's likely because not all of them are from town, right? And the damage started from St. Elizabeth or some bullshit like that, or Westmoreland, Manchester, Negro, or I know 9 times out of 10 they've been affected, right? Either way, the country isn't big. The country don't stay like UK and the rest of them places, right? To you understand? They ain't got bare space. Of course they're gonna be swimming the further you get into the mess. You understand? So what we should really do, so we don't warrant no karma onto ourselves, right? As people, it don't matter if you're Jamaican, it don't matter if you're English, it don't matter if you're Albanian, it don't matter from you know what's going on, right? Send the same kind of energy that you guys would expect for your own country. You know what I mean? It's mad because down even to my friends, I have to tell my friends who aren't Jamaican, please, out of respect, please watch what you say in these little things, because it's not no joke. It's not no joke. I don't think it's a joke. Right, and baby, I'm gonna say, where you, where. At the end of the day, go suck on the mother. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Of course, we're supposed to be like this. It don't matter because we ain't living there every day, right? If the thing didn't reach us, right, we would be just like them, probably less resilient and not swimming in the floods and screaming for our lives and praying and talk about, oh God help us, right? God, trust me. Right? Whereas we who comes from less of a struggle, how the fuck we're gonna deal with struggle? Us that experience a fraction and be like, oh my God. It's bad enough we got fake arguments here talking about who's really tea for the jabs and who's really sitting down in their asses. You don't think? But yeah, this is my truth anyway. It's my truth anyway. And I just thought, yo, we should really start praying for Jamaica. We should really start praying for places like that, because Bermuda and the Bahamas I think got hit yesterday. Or the Bahamas isn't too far behind, but I know Bermuda got hit last night because I have family from over there, right? So yeah, like if we're really gonna do this thing, and we want this to pass over like the best way as possible, and with little to no argument. We really need to start locking in and saying, yo, look, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's just, you understand? Out with the old and in with it, and really start to call down some proper blessings, right? I've got no choice to do that. I'm not giving myself a choice to do that. But just my argument still has weight and has legs. It's important. These things are so important. These things are very important. And it's a shame. We as humans, we let this really dictate how we are. You know what I mean? Not in every circumstance, but there's times where we know for a fact we don't need our phones. Where if it's if it's like 3% away from zero, if it's like 10, 20% from 30% from zero, we're panicking because now we have to unplug ourselves from the fake and actually integrate ourselves with the tangible. You get it? We give these things power. Never forget this. We give these things power. We give these things power. You gotta take back your power. You plug this thing into our outlet and give it power. God is our outlet. Stop forgetting these things. These are the times that I've been predicted about, that everyone likes to make movies about and profit from and all that stuff there, right? Understand these are the things that we've been taught to, whether in jest or in all seriousness, to look out for. And look how we roll on our backs. Look how we keel over. Before we troublers are, look how we keel over. I'm ready to stop being pathetic, are you? Anyway, that's my thing there. I'm definitely praying for Jamaica, and it's right that we should come out of the first world mentality and say, oh well, I was a native over there, and so this is some families I don't know them. Okay. So if you need to go in the same thing, just remember those exact words. But yeah, people, you stay blessed. Whoever sees this, you stay blessed. We all know what to do. I know what to do. You understand? I can be honest to say I haven't done it. Probably not as much, but it's what we all need to do right now. Not even just for Jamaica. Anybody that's gonna experience this thing, because they don't take no prisoners, and there's no plan directly like that. Whoever they want out, they want out. If it's manufactured, so just keep that in mind, people. But yeah, you lot stay blessed. Peace, love, blessings, all that stuff there. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully this thing will blow over in due time. I'm hoping. As God exists, I'm hoping that is the actual truth. But yes, peace, I love people.